Straight live into it. All right, we're back. We're back live. Back live. We just wrapped up the Kansas City Chiefs conversation by ourselves, Jay. So let's let some other people get in before we get going. We didn't even roll the intro. I could just roll the ad break right now, but yeah, we're back. We're back, Jimbo. Good night. We're just talking. I'm like, hey, where's the chat at? The damn stream stopped. So our bad, Jimbo. Our bad. It's Friday. But we got it. I'm like, wait a minute. Where's everybody at? Where's everybody at, Jay? Jimbo's in the building. Keegan was up. Yes, we are back. All those super chats went away too. Joe, I don't know what happened, Joe. We're talking about damn Rice and Worthy. Tony, you did it. Tony was talking shit in the chat and it messed everything up, Tony. Damn it, Tony. What's going on, baby? Yeah, we're back. We're back.
Those Chiefs sticks.
You said
they did not like those Chiefs.
We'll combine the best of the first half with the last. Luke's got it. He said the last we heard was Sutton over Rice and redraft.
Really? That was it?
And the thing,
you guys missed a lot.
The thing went out. They said, They said, nope, Sutton over Rice. Get these two off the screen. Our bad, man. Our bad. All right. Where we at,
Y'all
man?
missed a lot then. Jeez.
We did. We'll give everybody a little bit of time to jump back in, Jay. But yeah, Jacob, we're back. He said I was devastated. Gave us the blue balls. It just got us out of that take. Nobody was able to clip it. Ray, do you feel you've changed your opinion of Ted? I feel you weren't high on him pre-draft. Nathan, he was my wide receiver 1. I don't know how I was low on him. What I said was I didn't believe that he was Jamar Chase, and I still don't feel that way. I think he's going to be a really good receiver. Jay, I believe the comp that I had for McMillan in the pre-draft process was T. Higgins. I said if he can produce and be a T. Higgins level wide receiver, then that would be sort of where I land on McMillan. But yeah, he was the first wide receiver on the board for me. There was really no question about that. But I still don't think he's Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson. I like him a lot. And more importantly, in Dynasty, everybody else likes him, and that's how I play. Slayer Stacker said, I knew you would be back. The crash was not on the betting slip today. You know, we got to give y'all one of those every now and then. It was old man Walt who broke it. Yeah, Joe, it was Walt who did it. I know it was old man Walt. Appreciate you, Walt. We love you. But Jay, we didn't even talk through some of the stuff that we wanted to see for the preseason. So let's do that.
Yes, sir.
Let's do that because the Chicago Bears, Ben Johnson, your favorite coach. You love that Ben Johnson, man. He let the world know that the starters are playing. And there was a comment, I think it was Tony who said during that conversation about Rice or Odunze, he said, what the hell has Rome Odunze ever done? Why are you guys, so high on Rome Odunze? And I don't know how many more times I can explain it. I've done it with Matt Harmon. It's all over Yahoo. I've been on Underdog. All on it. I don't know how many times I can go through it, but it's a schematic change in this offense combined with his pedigree, everything that Ben Johnson is saying, what DJ Moore is apparently doing or lack thereof doing in training camp, receiver, running back. It's all of those things combined with Ben Johnson as to why I've made the bet on Odunze going. And it's just it's so funny, Jay. Rome Odunze, year 1. He had in this
like 750, right?
735 yards, 54 catches, 734 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He didn't do shit rookie year. Awful. It's going to be funny when we look back and all these rookie wide receivers that we have, like this idea that they just go out there and drop 1,200, 1,300. There's only so many Odell Beckhams and Puka Nakuas and Jamar Chases, but like I see 734 yards. I'm like, okay, that's a positive rookie season. Let's see what he can build upon in year 2. A lot of people see that, he sucks. He only got 700 yards in year 1. This dude's a bum. Absolute garbage. And that's not how football works. This 54 catches for 734 yards win you a fantasy championship? Hell to the no. But is that pedestrian for NFL rookie? I disagree. What do you say? Vehemently disagree.
Yes, sir.
Jay?
Strongly disagree, Ray. Yeah,
talk about it.
Disagree.
Talk about it.
It's just funny because, like, last year he had a Keenan Allen problem. This year he doesn't have a Keenan Allen problem. Last year he had a Shane Waldron problem. He doesn't have a Shane Waldron problem this year. So it's like, why aren't people in on Rome Odunze and what could be the wide receiver one for the Chicago Bears? Because as you've kind of said all offseason, you're not the biggest fan of DJ Moore. You don't think his game is going to be as good as it was last year, and you think you see an emergence from Rome Odunze coming. And if all that happens, yeah, Rome Odunze could be the wide receiver one. He could be great. He could see 150 targets, which, again, pretty damn good. And if he does that, he's probably going to have 1,200 yards. Like, I'm pretty confident in saying that. And it's like, okay, cool, but Rashee Rice is great. And I like Rashee Rice a lot. I think he's a phenomenal receiver. But, like, that's just not happening if he's suspended for 6 games. And he can be great in those games he doesn't play. But it's like, talking about him and what Odunze can do relative to, again, we were getting into Jalen Waddle. We were getting into Devontae Smith. We got all the way down to Zay Flowers, and you were like, oh, hell no, am I taking Zay Flowers over Rashee Rice? Because we know what that receiver is. And it's not a receiver that can put up the numbers that is even close to Rashee Rice on a per-game basis. And that's why you would take the bet on Rice. But if you believe that Rome Odunze can be within 2 or 3 points per game of Rashee Rice when he's on the field and at his best, then yeah, taking that for the entire season versus what you get from Rashee Rice in the games he does play is probably going to be worth it in the end.
I do buy into the schematic change, his deployment, what's going to happen in this offense with Ben Johnson. So it's a bet. I can't tell you, look at what he did last year and he's going to triple that, double that. It's a bet on the situation. It's a bet on a player who was I'm not misremembering, the safest wide receiver we've seen in a decade was Rome Odunze. That was the narrative during that 2024 draft process. Now, whether that's true or not, we're not going to dive into that. But I'm not poo-pooing on that. And all reports are, as Keegan said, like he is the freaking guy right now in Chicago Bears camp at the pass catching rim. Jay, we had some news, some injury news, and it's unfortunate injury news. And listen, we don't victory lap injuries or any of that kind of stuff, but this is one where it's my biggest knock against the player. And a reason why I have, since the NFL draft, when a lot of people didn't want him, they didn't like the situation, it was Tyler Warren no matter what. Jay Rich, Indianapolis Colts wide receiver Josh Downs left practice yesterday with a left hamstring injury. He was injured on a play, immediately went to trainers, walked off under his own power. This is absolutely worth monitoring. So apparently Josh Downs injured at practice yesterday, and the other reports out of Indianapolis were quarterback Anthony Richardson looked really good. I'm just the messenger here, Jay. I'm just the messenger. I saw that's JJ. But look at this throw from A. Rich here. I said nothing. The eyeballs here. Anthony Richardson's out here. Jay Rich, look at this. Deep ball. Dang. Apparently, he looked good out there for whatever the threshold for good for Indianapolis Colts wide receivers, quarterbacks are.
Quarterbacks is?
Yeah, whatever that threshold is for Colts wide receivers, Richardson looked good in practice. Josh Downs is injured. So looking at this pass catching room, who do you even want? Like, I'll just tell you right now, Pittman is a fine, safe wide receiver. I'm not chasing that outcome. I don't want that 12-point per game outcome.
Just doesn't matter.
It just doesn't. I can find, and I think that's the thing. I want to chase the things that can actually help win us a league, right? That's not Michael Pittman Jr. That's no shade to Michael Pittman Jr. and his floor and his consistency and how safe he is. The player in this offense who's got high-end outcome range from a scoring perspective is rookie tight end Tyler Warren. Like, that's the pass catcher I want in this offense. The onesie position, the tight end spot. We know they've needed a damn tight end. Downs is always hurt. Pittman does his thing. Pierce runs a lot of routes. I want Tyler Warren no matter what, Jay, and I've been 10 toes down since the draft. That's the tight end I want.
Yeah, you have been, and I think this only supports your case even further, right? Like, that's where I like Downs a lot. I think Downs can be great in this offense. I think the way that Shane Steichen would use him is very good for fantasy as well. But, like, if he's not in the fold, I just don't care, man. Like, I just don't want Pittman. People can say A.D. Mitchell, and maybe he can make some plays down the field.
That floor, Jay Rich, he's giving you that floor. Michael Pittman is giving you that floor of let me go through it real quick.
It ain't the Garrett Wilson floor though. It's the Deontay Johnson floor that you're not really looking for that floor, unfortunately. That floor doesn't get you anywhere.
He's getting you 12 points per game, dude. That, like, over his career, he's 11.
Do you know what his career high in touchdowns is?
Who, Pittman? 6.
So his career high is 6 touchdowns. His career high in targets is 156. And in that season, he had 4 touchdowns. It's nothing. It's not going to be enough. It's just not. It's not going to be enough.
And so many people think that we're knocking this is not. Put Pittman on put Pittman on Cincinnati, and he's probably infinitely better.
Oh,
right?
He's way better.
Put him in Dallas. You're feeling great, but you're here. You're here in Indianapolis. You're in New York with Justin Fields. You're here with Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones. Like, those aren't the type of offenses that are going to take your asset and put them in a difference-making role. Like, it's not going to happen in these offenses. 156 targets, man. You get that shit to George Pickens in Dallas, he's scoring you more than 15 points per game.
He's getting a lot more than 1,100 yards, I'll tell you that.
It's a product of the situation, right? So when I'm looking at Indy, Pittman is out there. We know Antoine's going to get down the field. Antoine Pierce is going to be on the field 100% of the time. And I do think Adonai, with this injury, you need something to happen for AD to get on the field. Remember, everybody keeps asking, Ray, is AD dead? And what is my response? He's not dead. He's just buried right now, right? He needs some stuff to clear up because he is talented.
I like Adonai Mitchell. Away for him to get opportunity.
But he needs people to move out of the way for him to get on the field. We don't, knock on wood, we don't wish cast injuries. We don't hope for injury. But this has been a problem from down since the time he was at North Carolina. His inability to consistently stay on the football field.
Yeah. And I did want to address Keegan's question because he's saying Warren isn't giving you a higher ceiling and the floor won't be as high for Warren. Warren is just hopium. But I think, Keegan, what you're completely dismissing is that Tyler Warren does not need to put up 1,100 yards to be valuable at the tight end position in fantasy. He can put up 800 yards with 8 touchdowns, and he's probably a top 10 tight end. So you can't just say, oh, well, if Michael Pittman puts up 1,100 yards and 6 touchdowns, that's like not even a good season for a wide receiver. But if a tight end does that, which, again, I don't expect him to, if he puts up 808, he's probably valuable for fantasy. So that's where it's like you can't get confused into what the numbers are in the production because they don't mean the same thing when the positions are different. Warren having a successful season is probably 800 yards with like 60 to 70 receptions and 6 to 7 touchdowns. And I think he can do that. And you're completely excusing the fact that Warren actually has a touchdown ceiling that Michael Pittman and Josh Downs simply don't have. Now, does that exist in Indy due to the quarterback play is a question, but in terms of talent and the way he can be utilized in the red zone, absolutely he has a touchdown ceiling.
Look at this throw, Jay Rich. Look at this. Look at this A-Rich throw to the aforementioned Michael Pittman Jr. Look at this throw, Jay Rich. Just tell me, does this make you feel a little better about that A-Rich? Look at this, moving up in the pocket. No look. Doesn't even look at his receiver. I don't know if you want A-Rich doing a lot of that, Jay Rich, but look at the reaction. Oh, shit. This is a monster brewing. I don't know if Anthony Richardson should be attempting these kind of passes. No look passes. But does it make you feel any better about Richardson, Jay Rich?
I hope he gets a chance to start, Ray, because I'm here for the content, baby, and that's all.
You're here
I'm probably not drafting him. I'm probably not rostering him. I'm probably not trading for him. But I am here for the people, and I'm here for the content because it's great content.
It is great content. I don't know if I feel any better. I would prefer him to put both eyes on the receiver. Because he does that in preseason and throws a pick. It's going to, Twitter is going to break if A-Rich attempts that and fails.
Like just
in a real game.
Quarterback properly. I'm not saying you can't like have some fun. You know, you can get some style points.
Just do it the right way, right? Yeah.
Let's just be a white quarterback. Just go about your business.
Well, they're the ones who started
your
that.
job.
They do it better. They're doing it all the damn time, man. Speaking of quarterbacks, man, we talked about the player. We talked about the player on the show. He was featured in a Would You Rather. I do want to get your temperature check on year 4. Year 4, wide receiver Jameson Williams. This was a clip during the joint practices where all the reports were the Lions were just, it is going, fire up your pass catchers against Miami's defense. Fire them up. Fire them up against Miami's defense. Jamo in year 4. He's now, 2-3 years removed from the ACL tear. He's a couple of years removed from the gambling suspension. There's a lot of shit in the Jamo story.
How's he not on probation?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff along the path of the Jamo story. But the biggest story is his ability to go down here, right? Like, do this right here, Jay Rich. Where you at with Jamo this year?
I think that...
No, Joe, I think he's year 4. I think he's
going into year 4.
Yeah, Joe said I thought he was year 3. No, he's year 4, Jamo. Jamo's year 4.
6 games, 2022, 12 in 2023, only 15 in 2024, but 17.3 reception for 1,000 yards on only 58 receptions and 91 total targets for Jameson Williams last year with 7 touchdowns. We know the upside he has. If you were to give Jamo 140 targets, he's probably putting up 1,300 yards in this offense. The question for me really is, like, can he be this efficient again? Because I think he's going to need to be relatively close to that 15, 16 yards per reception pace to really deliver at his cost right now. You know, when we were talking about it before, Jameson Williams is like wide receiver 24. So he's already being drafted as a top 24 wide receiver. He's not the featured guy in his offense because we know that's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And at least I have had concerns this offseason about the lack of Ben Johnson and what it means for the offense. And they also lost Mark Brunell, who was like the backup OC because he's the OC for the Jets now. So there's a lot of change going on, but there's also reports that the new OC is even crazier than Ben Johnson. So maybe they do a lot of new things, but with the offensive line needing to be reworked a little bit and kind of how that's all going to look, I do have some concerns about the offense as a whole. But it does seem like Jameson Williams could have a phenomenal season. And I was wrong with my initial analysis of saying he's the guy I want to fade because he's not the guy in the offense.
I'm looking at, based on his usage last year, what did he score last year? He was right around 14.5, 15 points per game. If he gets a little more usage, he's probably going to score some more points. I'm looking at our tool, our range of outcomes tool on the site, DD Fantasy Football, and they got him right around 15 points this year. That's here's Jamo. High-end range based on his usage last year. I've kind of zoomed in a lot right here, right around 15.5 points per game for Jamo last year. So his efficiency-adjusted Trinity score usage was really good because it's a good offense, 14.5 points per game. That high-end top 10% for players in the following season who were used like Jamo was last year. They're in that 15 point per game range. So right around where he was, maybe like another point to what he did. Like he goes up a little bit, right? I don't know if he possesses like the elite wide receiver 2 in the offense range of outcome like T. Higgins does, because Jared Goff and that offense is not Cincinnati. But I do think, this is telling you on the high end range, he's probably going to he could be a little bit better if he gets some more volume. And how much of that he's going to get in this offense, Amon-Ra still the guy. I don't know if you saw, but there are reports that Sam Laporta is currently injured and dealing with an undisclosed injury right now. I don't know what it is. It just says undisclosed injury. And then a new situation change with the coordinator. So how can he outproduce it on the high end range based on the tool? Sure, but it's not like going up to 18, 19, 20 points per game.
Yeah, and that's really the problem, right? And even with Sam Laporta, he's another player that we all thought could kind of be a big part of this offense, maybe even be the second option, receiving option for this team, because at times he's looked like a featured piece of the offense, but it seems like he's kind of taking a backseat to Jamo this year, and all reports, like all the talk about Jamo has just been so positive, how like this is really... It feels like now he's ready to like break out again. You know, he broke out last year and was great last year. And it seems like he's potentially ready to even break out again and see even more volume and more efficiency, and just be another great talent for this team. And the question to you, Ray, honestly, is like, if that happens, do you think that Amon-Ra could regress at all to where he's not a top option, especially with where he's being drafted, because Jamo ascends even higher?
No, I don't know what you really asked, because I was looking at this question from Jason. Says he averaged 15 a game or 14.5 per game, but he wants to know how many times did he actually give you that? Well, Jason, I'm glad you asked because Jameson Williams, in his limited volume, produced more spike weeks than the volume king himself, Garrett Wilson. More than that, 24 points in week 1, wide receiver 5. He was wide receiver 5 in week 1. 22.6 points in week 11. That was good for wide receiver 8. Wide receiver in your fantasy playoffs, week 16, 26 points from Jamo, wide receiver 4. Man, maybe he doesn't do it in the fantasy championship. Week 17, 24.5 points, good for wide receiver 10. And then he also had he scored 17 points against Dallas in week 5. And he had another game where he was right at about 14.5 and then 16 points in week 5. So, Jason, to answer your question, he hit that 6 times last year. Very good. Very good. I don't know if you're an anti-Jamo person or not, but he hit that 15-point mark multiple times last year, producing top 5 finishes as well. So, yeah, 6 games over 15 points and then 2 or 3 games over 20 points. So that's what you get when you get that's why all that stuff, volume is king to a degree, but what you want more than anything, you want volume coupled with efficiency as well. Like, even if you're not getting 1,000 targets, I mean, Jamo scored, I believe he and Garrett Wilson were neck and neck in points per game with a fraction of the type of usage that Wilson got. That's the big, like, it's not hard to see. Like, yes, you want volume, but you also want efficiency inside of that volume.
Yeah, no, and that's where a player like Jameson Williams is great because again, I'm just looking at his game log right now. An interesting thing about his numbers is that when he gets 70 or more yards in a game, he scores almost every single game. There was only 2 games last year where he had 70 more yards and he didn't score a touchdown. And in the other 5 games he scored, right? So you think about a player like Jamo, if he gets you 80 yards and scores, he's probably pretty close to a top 12 wide receiver at that point. And because he has all of that speed and that downfield ability, he makes one big play. All of a sudden, he vaults into a spike week very, very quickly. So I think it's just very interesting to have a player like this and to see the consistency at times and then games where he disappears. But if he's able to be more consistent and just get you 3 to 4 receptions every single game and do something with it, because at the beginning of the year, he wasn't doing that. But towards the end of the year, he was getting you 3-4 receptions a game, and it was showing in the yardage because he was much more consistent from a yardage perspective. But the touchdowns are going to be there because he's always able to make big plays with his legs.
Well, in the offense, when you have, this is just straight football talk, man. When you have 2 dominant running backs, one of them being elite that impose, you know how they love the play action game. He's going to, with those weapons, with Amon-Ra, those 2 running backs, their offensive line, and Jared Goff's ability to throw the ball over all 3 quadrants of the field, short, intermediate, and deep, like you're toast. Play action game, you're absolute, like there's nothing you can do, right? So sure,
yep.
Like this, I guess the way that I play, everybody is different. I'm not chasing a goddamn floor, Jay Rich. I don't care about a floor. I can go you go get Kayshon Boutte to give you 9 to 11 fantasy points, right? I don't care about the floor. I want players that have the potential to drop 26 points in a week, right?
Okay.
I want somebody that can give me 20-something fantasy points without getting 20 targets. And that's a player like Jameson Williams. There's enough floor. I need some ceiling. I need some upside. Like real upside, not if they throw him the ball 17 times, he can get me a top 10 finish. Jamo could do that shit on 5 targets, and he's in a good offense. It's as simple as that.
Well, Ray, that's a great segue. That's a great segue because you're chasing the ceiling, right? You don't care about the floor. You're chasing that ceiling.
Here you go.
And tonight we have a game where he may be on the field. I don't know. But there's been a lot of chatter about your boy, Kyle Pitts, as a potential value right now in fantasy leagues.
Stop.
Kyle Pitts, of course, the player that I have dubbed the worst tight end in the NFL on multiple occasions and been correct just about every time. But Kyle Pitts right now on underdog, tight end 16 array and flying up the ranks. He's flown up about a round since April. And it seems like people are buying in on the golf narrative, the buddy narrative, the Michael Penis narrative. If you saw that yesterday on X, that was pretty funny. But where are you at on Kyle Pitts? And are you willing to chase the ceiling he possesses? Because we all know that unicorn had that 1,000-yard rookie season.
No.
Dang.
No. No. I'm just curious as to why you're kicking this to me. Are you trying to chase that? You're the person who we need to ask this to. Do you want that ceiling of Michael Penix or Kyle Pitts?
I do not. Even with Darnell Mooney being injured, I'm not chasing the Kyle Pitts golf buddy narrative with Michael Penix. I'm just not doing it, unfortunately. It's not how I want to play. But I get it from the standpoint of, like, if you're in a redraft league and it's like your last pick, maybe if you think you can move them, you make a move like that. But outside of that, like in dynasty leagues and stuff, I just have no part of the Kyle Pitts.
Jason
love.
is still
I'm
on this Jamo thing. He's like, if he gives me 0 to 8 points 8 times, that's bad too. He didn't do that. Like,
yeah, he didn't. He
didn't do that.
He's pretty good.
He had 2 games where he didn't do a damn thing, and outside of that, that was it. And that, I could go through the list. You know how many other receivers you're probably drafting that do that? Like, he had 2 games. It happens
to the best of them, man. Like, unless you're talking about the top guys, like, plenty of guys are gonna have bust games. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, and getting on Jamo at wide receiver 24 for having some bust games throughout the season, like, that's gonna happen. If you just want to draft the Garrett Wilsons and the Jacoby Myerses and the James Connors that are just gonna give you your steady points every week, you can do that. But if you're going to go after a player that has a really high ceiling and a slightly lower floor, that's what's going to happen with Jameson Williams. And it's going to be
Here's your floor. Here's your floor. Zay Flowers, wide receiver 1, week 1. He was wide receiver 1, week 1, 33 points in week 1. And then he was wide receiver 2 in week 4, 27 points. After that, what's the difference between finishing wide receiver 61, 73, 53, 42, 85, 39, 73, 3 points, 7 points, 6 points, 5 points, 9 points, 0 points, 11 points, 1 point, wide receiver 110, 5 points, 76. Like, there's your floor.
And he's got the people's MVP who threw 41 touchdowns, and Zay Flowers only got 4.
Unless you're Justin damn Jefferson, you're probably going to have some bust weeks in there. So if I'm chasing something, I'm not chasing 9 points. Y'all fantasy, however you want to fantasy football. I'm not chasing 5 points, right? I'm not. Justin Jefferson had a 4-point week.
Dang.
Like, it happens. It happens, right? But the ceiling, when things go right, more often than not, they're producing higher highs. I guess I'm just to each his own. But I'm not chasing a floor.
Because Zay Flowers is unlikely to give you a week-winning performance in the same way that Jameson Williams can give you a week-winning performance. And the weeks that he doesn't do that, you hope some of your other players can deliver week-winning performances. And that's where the balance all comes together with the roster construction.
Just feel like everything went right for Jamo last year. What does that even mean?
It did. Yeah,
what does that even mean? What does that mean? What went right? What does that even mean? He played football.
He didn't even have 100 targets.
Yeah, everything went right. I don't know. Everybody
we're
to each his own.
That had 91 targets, and people are like, "Man, that's I don't know if he can do better than that."
No way he can eclipse that. There's just I'm not betting on that.
For Jamo sounds crazy.
Who's in his range? Who's in Jamo's range? Who's in?
He's very high. He's in the Rashee Rice range.
In Dynasty or redraft?
Dynasty. Let me find him.
Okay, I'm going through the.
Okay. Dynasty's wide receiver 22.
Wide receiver 22. Who's ahead of him? Who's ahead of him in Dynasty?
Smitty. You would take Smitty over, or you take Jamo over Smitty.
I would take Jamo over Smitty.
Rice. You already said you would take him over Rice.
Mm-hmm.
T. Higgins.
No, I would still roll with T. I'm still rolling with T.
Then you got Ibuka, Hunter, Garrett Wilson, McMillan, A.J. Brown. So you're kind of...
Give
he's
me
at where he's at.
Give me my Jamo and a plus over that Garrett Wilson. Give me Jamo and a plus over G-Dub. Quite easily. If you're giving me a plus on top of Jamo, I'm taking that over G-Dub quite easily. And again, it has nothing to do with Garrett Wilson's physical ability. I don't buy into Fields in the offense. I'm not buying it, Jay Rich. I'm just not buying that. You tell me he gets Peyton Manning tomorrow, Tom Brady tomorrow.
We're good. We're in.
Give me Geno Smith. We ride, right?
It's the case of Jacoby Myers, right? Like, do you want Garrett Wilson or do you want Jacoby Myers? When like Jacoby Myers can do what Garrett Wilson did in the same off, it's just like it's just crazy. But I understand.
Right, what other things are you interested in seeing this weekend? We got KC Seattle. I don't need to see anything from the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't really care for
Seattle,
and we're getting nothing from Penix. We already talked about that. I don't think anybody's going to play in that game, but we should see a lot from Cam Ward. That's the main guy I want to see.
Cam Ward. That's
we
tonight.
Should get some more work from Cam Ward. Will be great to see. I obviously want to see Henderson.
Do you really want to see? Do you really need to see Cam Ward? Like, I don't.
I want to see a bit more. Yeah, I do. I want to see a bit more because
I've seen it. He's going to be fine, and the team is going to stink. Like, I don't think there's a lot that we're trying to extract from that game. You're drafting Calvin Ridley. You're drafting Tony Pollard. You're taking a late round flyer on Cam Ward. And in some deeper leagues, you'll take a late round flyer on Chigo Okonkwo. I don't really need to see anything else from Tennessee. I mean, if we just want to see him play, fine. But like actionable takeaways, them the 4 players that you've got mild interest in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
But I mean, I want to see some Ward. I think he'll look good.
That's fine.
The Falcons we're getting nothing. Chiefs will probably get nothing. Seahawks, we'll watch for Milroe. We'll see what
Milroe. I like
Torrey
that.
Horton can do as well, right? That's another guy that we're kind of monitoring to see how he looks. Dolphins, I honestly don't care about the Dolphins. Like,
So Friday tonight we got Tennessee, Atlanta, KC,
Seattle,
and then on Saturday we got Green Bay, Indy. Green Bay's already said Jordan Love is shut down, so
we won't see him.
I guess
at all.
See some Golden.
We're just watching
against another.
Well, if we get Golden, right? We maybe they hold out Golden. Like we'll see.
It's A-Rich.
We're watching
That's all
for
you care
A-Rich
about.
Daniel Jones, but
it's Daniel Jones
starting
and
this game.
It's Richardson and Jones. Those are the players to keep your eyes on. And then Cleveland, Philly. It doesn't seem like Shador is going to play. Correct.
Well, the oblique. So we haven't talked about the oblique, but he does have an oblique injury. So we'll see, but we don't expect him to play. Dylan Gabriel also still nursing his injury. We don't know if he's going to be available to play. It honestly might just be Tyler Huntley for the entire game because we probably won't see Flacco unless they make a change and do want to play Flacco for some reason. I think he's the only healthy quarterback, and I don't think Kenny Pickett's healthy either. So Shador probably not going to play. I don't think Pickett's going to play. Gabriel, I think, is a
it's Gabriel's opportunity
right now.
It's Gabriel.
If he's healthy, I think he's going to be the one who will play.
If he's healthy, he was in practice yesterday. He's in practice yesterday. So
and then he should be okay. But I know that he's been dealing with the injury, and I hadn't heard a report as to whether or not he's going to play for sure. Eagles, I don't think are playing anybody though. I think they're sitting.
Are they not? They're sitting everyone.
I believe so. Yeah.
So this is an opportunity for Dylan Gabriel to go out there and show why he should be the starter, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dylan Sampson.
Absolutely.
We need some more Dylan. We got to get some more Dylan Sampson run. Let's work our way down. Minnesota, New England. Hey man, the clips from this joint practices have been outstanding. I mean, both sides of the ball. Drake May, Stephon Diggs, Pop Douglas. It looks good. It looked good. JJ McCarthy, airing that bitch out. The Aaron Jones down the field. Addison looking great. But he's not playing, right? No McCarthy. No JJ.
No McCarthy it's already reported no McCarthy this week, unfortunately. I think we'll probably see Drake May again, but I haven't heard any reports saying that
Vrabel's playing him.
Obviously want to see Hendo again, see how he plays. Hopefully we see some more Kyle Williams.
Can't wait for you to move that Hendo up.
How much higher can I move him up, right? According to some people, not high enough. According to a lot of people, way too high. But yeah, I want to see the Pats again. Obviously, I just want to see how they look. Want to see the offensive line. But the Vikings, I don't know if we see much from them. Maybe some Addison, but even with him, like he's kind of just running out there.
I know what Addison is. I don't need to see Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison's dope. Yeah. I don't need to see Addison. Carolina, Houston. I think there's a lot of intrigue in this one. You want to see Bryce Young in the offense again. Tedero McMillan.
Yep.
They played their starters. Dave Canales just played their starters in the first game, so I expect them to get a little more runs. So I want to see some more JT Sanders. I've pumped up JT Sanders at tight end. I want to see a little more Sanders. Houston side of the ball. I don't know if you saw, Woody Marks has been getting outstanding praise from his game. He didn't do a lot on the ground, but apparently, if you haven't seen the clips, his pass protection was teach tape, like put on a clinic, protecting his quarterback. Looks like Nick Chubb is trying to work his way back. He had a non-contact jersey on. Woody Marks, folks. Woody Marks. Draft him late. He's going to factor into this offense. And right now, Jay, we've got no information on Mixon. He's still...
I haven't seen a Mixon update.
I haven't seen a Mixon anything in a long time for Joe Mixon.
Not even a photo at the building. He's just...
And then the rookie wide receivers. The rookie wide receivers out of Houston, and maybe sneaky tight end with Brevin Jordan now on IR. Cade Stover. Just throwing that out there. A little Cade Stover time, potentially. San Francisco and Las Vegas. We've got to watch the bust that is Aston Genty. Hopefully he can regain his steam. I can't believe that first game.
This week.
I mean, people were 3 for -1. I'm out. The Mountain West, Brian Robinson. Damn it, Jay Rich was right. He was right. Stop.
I know it's hard for you guys to
Genty's fine.
But
Genty is going to be fine. He's fine.
We're going to see.
He's fine.
But hopefully we see some more run from the starters. We did see Geno Smith last week. The only player I think we didn't see was Brock Bowers, right? I think Brock Bowers sat out that game.
I don't need to see him either. I don't need to see him.
Well,
you saw that practice clip? I saw the practice clip. I don't need to see Brock Bowers. Hold him out.
Looking good.
Don't need to see Brock Bowers.
But we want to see Betch versus Thornton, right? Because that's a battle we're watching.
We do.
A little more closely to see who wins that job. Jacoby, we'll probably see a little bit of him, and obviously want to see how Geno looks a bit, but for the most part, it's Genty, and it's a bit of that other rookie wide receiver battle for that outside spot.
Oh, man. Yep, Scribbles. Genty is a bum. Overrated. I'm a Raiders fan. Brandon, stop it. Brandon, stop, man. Stop. Ray said Woody Marks is going to outscore. See, Scribbles, stop. I never said this. I never said no damn Woody Marks.
I heard it.
I never said that. Move on to the next damn game. Y'all aren't about to lie on me today. Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh. Jay Rich, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh. Igbuka, McMillan. Want to see those two play. Sean Tucker, Joe's boy.
We'll see some Sean Tucker.
And we got to see, I got to see Caleb, man. Caleb, he got those cement bricks out of his cleats, and he's going to be ready to roll in this one. So Saturday, Caleb Johnson. Anybody else from Pittsburgh? Roman Wilson.
I don't think we see Rodgers. Yeah, like there's Pittsburgh ain't that exciting.
You want some Darnell Washington? You a little interested?
I'll take some Darnell Washington.
Some big D Wash?
Hell yeah.
You like those big tight ends, huh?
It's hard to miss him, man.
He's a big tight end. Baltimore, Dallas.
No one's playing in that game.
No one's playing.
No one's playing.
I don't know if Dallas is good.
Dallas don't even care, man. No one's playing in that game.
I don't know.
That's a big skip for me.
We'll see some Joe
Maybe
Milton.
See some Keaton Mitchell, right? Some Keaton Mitchell, light it up again.
Hey, he looked good. He looked good in that first one.
Week 1.
He looked very good week 1. This should be an intriguing one, though. I think we're...
What, Battle of LA or the Battle of New
NFL
York?
Network. No, the Battle in New York, man. Jets and the Giants.
The funny thing is so you got Fields versus that D-line. Holy hell, he's in trouble. And then you also have Jackson Dart versus the Jets defense, which should be pretty interesting. But we'll probably see some Russ again, I think.
Russ, we'll probably see a lot of Dart.
We're looking for Dart. Probably don't
no
see
league.
Neighbors,
League
obviously.
ain't playing. League ain't playing. No Neighbors. Neighbors is dealing with the foot injury.
So we're looking to see how Fields looks. We're looking
Braylon
to see
Allen?
a bit of Braylon Allen and
Braylon Allen time.
Right. We're hoping to see some more Braylon Allen every day. There's a new Braylon Allen clip
out there.
Braylon
Allen clip.
Yeah. Yep. So we're looking to see that. But really, I think I want to see how Fields looks against this defense. And do they rush him? And
are they going to play? Are they going? Well,
him?
I mean, shit. Carter and them played the first game, so why wouldn't they play this one?
Why wouldn't they play again? Yeah, okay. I think they'll probably play.
Okay.
I think Dable knows these guys got to be ready, so they're probably going to play.
I want to see Dart.
Fields this time.
I want to see Dart. I don't know. I think Scadaboo's hurt, so
I think he's still hurt. Yeah.
Damn, hammy for Scadaboo, not good.
Yeah, I think he's still hurt.
L.A. Chargers Rams.
I just want to see Hampton and maybe Trey Harris, but with the
Harris has been falling out of favor, dude. Harris is that hype and that steam is starting to dwindle on Trey Harris just a little bit. Jay Rich, it's starting to dwindle a little bit. I want to see some more Corum. I also want to see some more Stetson Bennett. There's a chance. There's a chance that Dan Bennett somehow's on. If that back ain't right, Jimmy G, there's no way Jimmy G holds that job the whole season. Like, it just, I don't.
The problem is who's the other option? Is it
I mean,
Bennett?
it's Jimmy G and then it's Bennett. It's Jimmy G is the second quarterback who would be on the field, then Stetson Bennett. But I want to watch Bennett because if Garoppolo does what he has historically done when given opportunity to play quarterback in the National Football League, which is stink it up, then there'll be a point in time where Stetson Bennett is playing. So I'm with you. Hampton, the running game, Hunter, Jarquez Hunter's getting a lot of buzz. Want to see some Hunter. Would like to see some Blake Corum again. 2 touchdowns in the first preseason game. Ooh. So I'm tapped in. LA versus LA. Arizona.
So, Ray, Terrence Ferguson was back at practice running routes, so maybe we see him in this game a little bit.
Okay.
We've been waiting to see him because he's been injured, but he has been back at practice, and someone was asking about him, so we may see him, and he's pretty excited. I mean,
I like Terrence. Right? Great young man.
Taylor,
I'm not expecting a lot out of Ferg year one. I'm just not expecting a lot out of Ferg year one. Arizona, Denver. This should be a good one. The starters played quite a bit for both teams. Kyler Murray, I think he was 7 for 8 through an interception. Marv got run. Trey McBride got run. Trey Benson got run for the Cardinals last week.
Too.
I want to see Will Johnson, the cornerback, the second round pick out of Michigan. I want to see him play for Arizona. Denver side of the ball, RJ Harvey got a lot of run. Dobbins played in the game. Sutton, Bo Nix. I mean, Peyton is playing his guys. Y'all are getting y'all asses out there and getting ready. So that's also an NFL Network game. So that's a national game. So we got San Francisco on NFL Network. The second game looks like it's going to be the Jets and the Giants. And then that third game on NFL Network, it looks like it is Arizona, Denver. So we got a nice Saturday night slate. I'm digging this, Jay Rich. I'm digging that one. Jacksonville and New Orleans. I'll let you talk about this one Sunday, Jay Rich. Your Saints.
Yeah, I mean, so we're going to see who starts at quarterback, right? That's for the Saints. That's a big key there. We're going to obviously see how the Jacksonville RB rotation looks. We're going to obviously be watching for Travis.
It looks
Hunter,
like it's all ETN.
I think that's pretty much it.
The reports are it's been ETN. It's been ETN, Jay. Those are the reports. It's been ETN.
Can he hold on to that job? Can he still look good? How does Tootin look in his run, right? Because we're going to see some Tootin for sure. And then the Saints, it's really just watching the quarterbacks. I don't think we see the receivers play. Kamara's not going to play. At least I don't expect him to play. And it's really just how do those quarterbacks look and who ultimately is going to win that job in the end. And then, of course, Ray, the night game, we have your Buffalo Bills. I actually was watching Hard Knocks yesterday. Not bad so far.
I have not watched any Hard Knocks.
Your Chicago Bears. It's been pretty good so far. But yeah, what are you expecting from the Bears? And do you think Josh Allen plays this game? He didn't play last game.
I believe Buffalo played their starters on defense because I know Taron Johnson was out there. He's a starter. Whether Josh Allen plays or not, I think Buffalo put some of their starters out there.
Yeah, on defense for sure.
One of the reports out of Chicago, Roshan not at practice. I don't know if there's an injury. If you could look that up.
He's still hurt? He's been hurt, hasn't he?
He's been hurt. So I guess what I want to see is some more Kyle Monangai from Chicago. Caleb is the start. You want to see Caleb Williams, even though it's preseason, he can't go out there and stink it up. Or the chatter around this offense is all that Rome talk and all that other shit. People are going to be like, dude, this quarterback's just, I think you want to see Caleb Williams operate the offense, Jay. That's the big story. That is it. I could talk about Monangai. I could talk about Odunze. I could talk about this. It's Caleb Williams. It's number 18. It's the number 1 overall pick. I think there's still a lot of skepticism on if he's that dude that a lot of people thought he was. So what do you want to see? You want to see Caleb Williams play well. You know, I'm not expecting. I don't need him to go out there and be 14 for 14. Just play well, make good decisions, play within structure, and then show that playmaking ability. I think that's what we want to see from Chicago. And there's a lot of players, right? You've got the Monangais, you've got Luther Burden, you've got Colston Loveland, and there's a lot of shit going on in Chicago that we want to work. We just want to see what it looks like under Ben Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. We just want to see, can this offense work in the ways that we're drafting it to be? Because that's the biggest problem. It's the cost of acquisition for all these Bears players without really seeing the results yet. You know, they had that really good practice against Miami, so they held up the starters. Now, I mean, shocking. We've seen Miami get lit up pretty much the entire preseason. But now we're seeing them play against the Bills defense. Should be a little bit more of a challenge for Caleb Williams in this offense.
All right, man. All right, we made it through. And then there's a Monday night game, but we've got Wake Up on Monday, so we can cover that one. The Commanders and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm not expecting Cincinnati to do a whole lot in that one because they were so good in the first one. I do want to say, check out all the content that I got on Yahoo. Free articles. I did my tight end preview. The big three. I actually talked about Sam Laporta being a fade in that article, and the big three tight ends. But all of my stuff is up here. So if you want any of my content from Yahoo, which I highly encourage you to check out, support the work over there. Run up the likes on the Yahoo Fantasy Football YouTube channel for the videos that I'm on. I did a wide receiver show this past week with Matt Harmon. Jay Rich is putting out incredible short form content on this channel. So if you're new to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like and subscribe. Check out the short form content. We have a lot of fun with some of the would you rathers, players that we would prioritize. Like those, share those, all that other good stuff. And appreciate y'all coming back with us for a second run. I don't know what the hell happened the first time, Jay Rich, but we figured it out. We got it together. Anything you want to say to people before we get out of here, man? It's been a good week, Dan. It's been a good week.
No, I hope everyone enjoys the football. And Ray, the EPL starts today, baby. It's officially football season. Yes, sir. Premier League kicks off today. Very, very excited. Going to be a fun season. Very, very pumped.
Hit the music, man. Let me hit a couple of comments on my way out. Alex, I saved this one. Don't you dare put this in the universe. Ray, been seeing some Green Bay buzz on Parsons. Sure, there's nothing to it, but he's been
watching those rookie tweets, right?
As a cheesehead. Get out of here, Alex. Parsons ain't going nowhere, man. Jimbo, we appreciate you, man. Tony, thank you. He said, y'all are the best in the business. Happy Friday. Stay safe. Garrison, I'm still calling it. The Bears trade for Breece Hall. And yes, Jay Rich. Debro versus Jordan Richards on Monday.
Oh, buddy.
Preseason week 2 react. There won't be hotter takes in fantasy football than this show on Monday. Put some deodorant on, put some baby powder in your underwear so your balls don't sweat, because it's going to be a hot show on Monday. Derek Brown, our boy, like the only guest we ever have on Wake Up, is in the building on Wake Up to go toe-to-toe with the Canadian Jordan Richards. So make sure y'all wake y'all asses up. Have a great weekend. Enjoy football, and we'll see y'all bright and early on Monday. We out. Peace.